Welcome again. This is Brother G coming to you again with another video message, another video teaching demonic possession. Well, today we're going to talk about demonic possession because I had an incident this week as I was doing my second profession. The incident that happened is as I was doing my second profession, I came across this lady, and it was plain to me and it was evident to me that this lady was demonic possessed. How did I know? Well, when I listened to her, she were operating in a very, very, very confused spirit. She was singing glory to God. She was singing rap music. She was cursing. She was praising God. And this was just a cycle. She was doing this as I came across her. She was just doing this constantly as a constant. She got in also an argument with someone who was so-called offended by some of her perceived racist statement, but she wasn't being racist. She was just demonic possessed. The interesting thing that I learned about demonic possession is not what some people, some articulate, eloquent, learned people say about demonic possession. Oh yes, I forgot. The learned people call it's mental health. But it's really demonic possession when you know what we are talking about. And so she got into the argument with this particular person who was offended by one of her spirit, and it said she was being racist, but in truth she wasn't being racist. She was just talking as regular people talk. And the interesting thing, there's a lot of people who are demonic possessed, but there are many people who are demonic possessed can actually live a normal life, but they are actually demonic possessed. But they can live a seemingly normal life as if they are regular. But those who know what the author of the Bible in context and respect know when someone is demonic. So how can we recognize those that are demonic possessed? Well, one of the mark of being demonic possessed is when you are habitual liar. If you may tell lie from on and again, if you're not aware of it, the demon is trying to possess you to be a liar. So that's one of this mark. The mark is he's a liar. He was always a liar. He became a liar because he believed that he can possess people with lie stories and stuff like that. That's why and it works. It works. So this lady was demonic possessed. But listen, I didn't pray for her because, listen, she have to be willing to want to be released from her demonic possession. She wasn't crying out for help. She didn't beg help, so her heart is not open for help. So there was nothing I could do. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't say anything. I couldn't give her a word. I couldn't do anything because she didn't ask. But let's get into the real demonic possession. Revelation, let's go back to this word. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. I am not, and I will not give away all of the secret, because this thing is, this as we would say in our people in the lower parts of the earth will say, yo, this is mad easy. When I say it's mad easy, it's almost like sometimes I don't want to do it because I'm like, geez, this is what we were wrestling with. When have you seen an angel that came down out of heaven through the clouds and having great power and the earth was lighted with his glory. I'm not God. I'm talking to my Father of lights. I'm not going to give them all of the secret because they didn't ask. I ask and I receive, and I know, say, you are a truth. Once you ask for something, God gave to you. That's how I know, say, the God that I serve is a true God. And the one where other people serve, kind of confusing. So I'm not gonna give you the meaning of this. Whatever, if you're searching, you not. I'm gonna guarantee you will never figure this out. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of the secret, a little bit of secret. So the angel come down, and him have great power, and him lighten the earth with his now watch what this angel I gotta do now. It's very clear now. Now watch what this angel I gotta do. Him cry out mightily with a strong voice, saying, him say, Babylon, the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of hateful and unclean bird. But me say it in my own word, because I speak a lot from my heart. I saw the angel. I saw the angel with my two eyes. I heard the angel with my ears. And I heard what the angel said, even in our time, 2024, September the 7th. But me heard the angel before, and him come down. And I heard him. I see him plainly. I wasn't confused. And I heard the angel says, and I heard the angel when him come down from heaven. Me hear him even in today's modern time. And him say, listen, Babylon, them fallen and become the habitation. Let me not read that again. And him tell us plainly, plain as the day, as the day I'm talking right now. So Babylon is full with devils, and it's a hold of every foul spirit and hateful, and them, the whole of them cage bird, and him come down and him say it. The people them never listen because them don't know what's going on. But I heard him, and him say, Babylon is falling. It's falling. And when I see it, I say, yeah. So this lady that I encountered this week, I heard she speaking the devil's language. And I heard she reiterating in her loop the devil's language. But I knew the devil. I know his voice. I know his sound. I know his intonation. I know his words. I know him. I hear them every day. But the lady didn't ask for help, so I couldn't lead her to living water. So you might say, oh, this man have power. Anyways. So in a Matthew, right? Matthew, it says, Jesus was talking about the sower and the seed. And it says, as he was passing a certain way, he sowed some seed, and it fell by the wayside. And fowls of the air came and devoured it up. And in this passage that I looped two verses together, you could go and read them. The interpretation of when he sowed the seed along the wayside, and his interpretation of the fowl by coming by ear and devouring up. And it says, he sowed the word in their heart, which their heart is like a wayside. Their wayside, this lady who had the demonic spirit, her heart was obviously a wayside heart. And the demons them came, and they came by ear like vultures. They act like they are falcons. They act like they are eagles. But they are really not eagles. Because if I guess in context, you want to say eagles fly and catch their prey. They do that too. But they are more like vultures. They prey on the dead. They don't go after the living. So they act like they are eagles. But they are really not eagles, because eagles eat their prey live. They want live prey. But these birds are more like vulture. They eat dead. They eat the dead flesh. They love dead flesh. That's what vultures do. In our country, we call them John Crow. We call them John Crow because that's our terminology we use. So these birds of the air are more like vultures. They like to prey on dead meat. So this lady was obviously dead. And so because she was dead, they preyed upon her, and her heart was like a wayside, and you could hear their voices in her heart. But the sad thing is, she didn't call out for truth. She didn't call out for help. So there is no need to fast, as the church would say. There's no need to do anything because I don't have to fast because God give me what I did ask for. So I could tell her if she really needed it. The question comes, if you listen to this video, how to be healed from demonic possession. As they would say today, it's a mental health. But how can you be healed from demonic possession? It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. But some of the possession them is really easy. To be released from demonic possession, you really have to ask. You really have to ask. And if you ask God, you can't hear it from the spirit because, as the prophet says, you probably close your eyes and your ears is deaf, so you can't really hear. So you can't really hear the spirit. So in truth, you have to ask God to send somebody who can hear. Hint, hint. You have to ask God to send somebody who can hear the spirit, can hear the demons, and can see the angel coming down, can hear the voice clearly without equivocation and say, this is what you have to do. You have to send for that person. And when that person comes, you will know if your heart is really open to the truth. You will know when the person comes. Hint, hint, hint. You will know. God don't actually work in a darkness. God work in a light. God work is plain. God work is just evident. It's no. Also, the devil work in a light too, but his work is dark, more in secret, subterfuge, and all these kind of ideas. But it's just really in stealth and all these kind of concept. So demonic possession. The basic truth is, the lady that I encountered this week, she didn't ask. And as Paul says, I'm taking that word, you can't lay your hand upon a person like that. You don't have to lay your natural hand on the person. It means a helping hand. They have to ask. They have to somehow rise above the water of the flood of the enemy and scream out for help. That will shows you that their heart is a little bit open and they're ready to receive from the master's table. This is God. Receive from the master's table. And then when him tell you what to do, when him give you the prescription, I'm not asking you and I'm not guessing, say, will it work? I know it will work. It's really easy as that. So demonic possession is what they call mental health. Yes, some of it is way beyond our assistance, but many of them is in the realm of we can actually fix it and have a remedy. Peace and love. Don't be demonic possessed.